The scuff has returned. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm just gonna do this way sooner than I should have, but yeah, we're back, and we're gonna do the second date already. And real quickly, I just want to point out the fact that when I did this before, the only reason why I got so many views on a video is because I made the most clickbaity title ever. I just want to point that out. And it took like a total of like either 1 to 2 years before YouTube finally said that, oh, this is not suited for children. Maybe we should age restrict it and such. When I specifically showed on it that it was not made for children. I know for damn sure that video is gonna be age restricted forever. But like, I still find that absolutely hilarious. The only reason I got views was because that was literally the third date. And it's also because I had the most clickbaity title ever for that video. And yes, I just wanted to rant about an old video of mine that I did of this exact game. And about the same character that I'm currently pursuing right now. I just thought about it just not too long ago. It's like, what the fuck? Anyway, this is over with. Hopefully my voice survives the pain. No, I never. Oh wow, we can just straight up just do the shooting range right off the bat. Huh, neat. You ever noticed a lot of the characters who are male have like a lot of shirtless icons? Weird. Ugh. Sorry, I felt another sneeze coming on and it didn't appear. Whoa, when did Zenith text? Spooky. I like spooky. I like ghosts. Can I adjust my mic a bit? The mic looks like it's... Okay. Hey Vince, got some free time this afternoon? Yeah. Got some free time this afternoon if you wanted to have that picnic? And can't say I've ever been excited for a picnic before, but... Smiley face. Let me know if you want to come out to the park today, yeah? Let's do it! Duh! Of course I'd love to hang out. Cool. We want to carpool like we planned, and we get to ride on the dragon wagon. We get to ride in the wagon! Awesome! Let me text you my address. Oh god, Kobe's gonna come up, isn't he? And I guess he's gonna be in his underwear again. It wasn't more than 10 minutes before. Eee! Oh god, no, I forgot Kobe was here! Wait! Kobe is here! And his shorts are right there on his bed! Son of a bitch! Please be wearing pants, please be wearing pants! Kobe, right? Oh, hell no! I peeked my mic again. I think that's the second time I've done that where... I remember before, I think when I did this the last time, I peeked my mic too and I went, oh, hell no! Oh, Lisa's wearing a shirt too, thank fuck. This is bullshit, I hate that. I didn't end up giving you my number, did I? I'm pretty sure I would have remembered. Or was it the Wednesday night guy? Tommy? He's here to pick me up, bird brain. And how many times do I have to ask you to put pants on before you answer the front door? I checked if I was a hot guy before I answered. Wait, does that mean you two are... This is the third time I'm doing it out, so duh, Cobes. I'm having a harem. It's called having a harem! I'm basically just gonna be like Ein's own goal from Overlord, where it's like, I'm just gonna be in the middle of a fucking throne, you're just gonna have like my multiple people who are horny for me, basically. I should draw that. Oh, poor Mint. He's gonna look at that one fucking meme now. Don't explode on me, laptop! I'm sorry, Zenith. My brother thinks that it's just because he's a guy, that there's a guy calling that it's just for him. No, that's fine. Nice to meet you again, Kobe. Again? Okay, this guy just ends up with more and more questions. I'm gonna have to keep a list. Oops, I brought back correctly. Psst. He's a hunkosaurus. If you mess this up, you don't mind if I'm sure Zenith isn't deaf. Now come on, say goodbye, Kobe. Me and Zenith are going out for a while. Goodbye, Kobe. Have fun, you two. Swear to God. I just want to Can we just tie him up on the bed and just keep him there forever? Just don't even interact with him, just keep him there. He scuffed out before Zenith could work himself out to answer. He's a little odd, huh? Only when he gets a whiff of testosterone. You see, he was tragically born with all his replaced by rainbow glitter. So in other words, twink juice. Well, trust me, I'm used to it. You ready to go? Sure, ready to roll. Zenith had said we could spend the time talking about him, and I had to admit, having far more questions than answers. But I wouldn't be rushing into things too much, forcing him to open up more, would I? Watching him sorting through the bags at the edge of our little square of blanketed land, it was a little hard to read what he was thinking. Regardless, it was a beautiful day. Not too humid, with the breeze rolling up from the bay. The sun was shining high in the sky without much threat of being overcast. A few straight clouds. Excuse me again. I picked up one of the last bags, some sodas it seemed, and padded back over to the grass from his truck to where Zenith was. How'd that one Game Grump slang go? I just turned you into a cat. It was just like that. Was still looking through things with his back turned. A little idea crossed my mind with Zenith on his knees and his back turned. It would be perfect time for some revenge or jump me at the gun range and break the ice a little. Let's do this one. Oh, this is going to be good. Perfect payback for all those times he slapped me on the back. I slipped in close, moving the bag a little as I could before I dropped it down next to him with a clatter. Got everything! Try to make that sound as flamboyant as possible. I spoke louder than I needed to. I said louded, but I was like louder. He did jump a little, looking back at me with a begrudging respect as I threw my eyebrows to let him know I did it on purpose. What? Call it revenge for slapping me around, payback for all the rough stuff. Almost read it as rough and tough. Before I could say another word, I was on my back in a blur of motion. Oh God. Oh. He might have took my legs out with his tail, or used his arms. He moved too fast for me to really tell as I landed back first into the blankets and sent one of the bags spilling out. His shadow cast over me as he sat on my thighs, keeping me pinned. Daddy. You know, it's not just smart to sneak upon a dragon, especially not one who's bigger than you. Yeah. I'm too horny for this. That's what I am. I'm just too horny for this. I scored him to free myself, but he wasn't having it. I'm gonna do this. This is what I would truly do in this situation, actually. I was face to face and sprawled out under him. I bit my lip so gently, tilting my head to the side and putting on my best puppy dog eyes. And if I know exactly what I'm doing, maybe this is all my plan. To get you all riled up. Alright. And I guess I fell into your trap, huh? You're too cute for your own good, you know. With a grunt, Zenith rolled off me with a playful reluctance. He stretched out his wings and cracked his neck. The span of his wings was impressive, even if he usually kept them tucked modestly and away. He tutted and pointed to the bed with the sodas. Hey. He's like, hey now look. You're fooling around means we're gonna get soaked when we try and open these. I straightened out the bag and he had caused to spill and recover some upside down cupcakes that had left most of their icing on the plastic container. Oh no! Not the cupcakes! Now the only casualty of war here. Guess that was my fault too, Next time I do better to plan more in advance so I can get some stuff too. Zenith, this spread must have cost you. Hey, you brought yourself. That's the most important part, right? Anyway, there's some cake things in the somewhere, I think. He sighed and tossed a stick of jerky my way for approval as he chewed on a big piece thoughtfully for a moment. Just like Resnick does! Dude, Resnick, if you're watching this, I swear, I'm calling you out for that reason. You always eat Slim Jims, and I always point out that you always love big meats in your mouth, man! Stuff. Hey, listen. Since I promised to chat about my stuff, I want to ask first. Is this kind of rough housing stuff okay with you? In case you hadn't noticed, not exactly the whole bottom bunk thing. Just figured I'd ask. Gotta admit, when you start with the big eyes and the playfulness, it drives me a little nuts. I don't want you playing that out just for me. It might sound a little weird, but I mostly enjoy doing the things that the person I'm with enjoys doing. If you prefer taking charge a little, that's fine by me. Knowing your preference for that kind of thing helps me know what to expect, so I appreciate you saying so. You know, considering Rose and how you act generally, I didn't really think you had much of a problem taking control and playing the more dominant role. Hey, I'm not saying I don't like being bossed around a little. I just ain't really one for being much on the receiving end of certain stuff, if you get me. My partner's the same way, yes. I'm not gonna say too much out loud because it's a bit embarrassing. I flushed a little and smirked, putting down the stick of jerky I was still holding, which suddenly felt like a little too lewd for me to be. Oh my god! I'd be more than enthusiastically just putting that more in my mouth and being like, yeah, no. I was glad my more receptive attitude wouldn't put Zenith off, though. I was enjoying getting more time with him like this. Well, putting it that way certainly helps me. Well, like I said, no problems here. I'm not saying I might not let you know what I want from time to time, but at least I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed by the rare request now that you say that. I like how demeanoring you can be. I don't exactly expect much less from a guy who comes to date in a muscle shirt. A very see-through muscle shirt. Oh, God, I just want to see him take it off. No, goddamn. I know! Sheesh! I didn't know dowdy boyfriends would be so much like having an extra mom around. That's like the most bottom thing I've ever said. Damn. He chuckles at that. Well, listen, I'm used to pretty high-maintenance boyfriends. You're the first guy I've dated in a while who wasn't a bit of a spoiled princess. I've been doing my best to adjust to a socially refined relationship here. Oh. Refined? Okay. You've had some shitty boyfriends who think I'm that refined. Look, I'm pretty new to this whole serious dating thing. I mean, fuck, a picnic? I haven't even had the picnic in, you're gonna just do that next. Haven't had a picnic in ages, I think that's what he said, since he was a kid. Christ. Okay, this is probably the most scuffed second date ever, to be honest. Hey, you did great. I don't think we're gonna get through even half of this food, but it's kind of sweet that you tried so hard. You're doing fine. And dating, huh? I guess we both said it about, oh, let's check how many times I've made my heart skip a little lately. 3 times? Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, right? I like you. You like me. We're even sitting under a damn tree like the kids, like in the kids' songs. Sounds like a date to me. I tried very hard to think of something excellently witty to say in response to that. I liked him, he liked me. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. What's wrong to top me? I mean, what? I realized I must have been staring vaguely at him with a cocktail sausage halted halfway down my throat to watch the show. This whole entire thing is just one big innuendo. What the fuck? I turned a little of the flush from my neck to scalp. What? You okay there, Mince? Yeah, I just didn't expect you to say that. What, that I liked you? I'll admit you're growing on me. Remember when I said that you were the first person in a long time that I've been able to just talk to? I wasn't lying about that. I got that up to that one, thank God. He took a swig of his drink smugly as I searched for a response. I guess out here, with just the breeze and our little feast for company, he felt a little more comfortable being open. I suppose that was fair enough. The gun range wasn't exactly the place for a heart-to-heart. You're firing guns at a freaking target. Of course, it's not gonna be the perfect, ideal place to be like, I love you, you love me. Hey, let's get to know each other better. Guys, can you not make out in the fucking shooting range? I'm trying to focus and I can still hear you fucking making out. Oh God, they're freaking tongue punching each other now. What the hell? Don't you guys start pulling down his shorts? Sorry, just the scenario popped up my head. I didn't take you for the sappy type, Zenith. Sappy? I ain't fucking sappy. I'm just in touch with my feelings, alright? Big deal. Okay, back before I worked at Amorous, a couple of years before, I just finished training being a cop. I was real green, you know? Felt like I could take on the world. Oh no, it just always goes back to man. You've seen this one. So you liked it? You're kidding? I loved it. I felt like I was really making a difference. My partner, you know, the guy they team you up with, and when you're working the beats. He really helped me get through a lot of rough times. Guess that makes sense. I know that much for cop movies. He was a big burly. Was he big burly like you, or are we talking a young, skinnier Zenith here? I smiled imagining Zenith in one of those buddy cop movies from the 80s. Who was I kidding? Zenith looked like he could bench the younger kids from high school onward. He was definitely the bigger cop. Nah, he was smaller than me, but I respected him. He was a lifter, committed to it. You know. Excuse me. That's disgusting. Oh, I can taste the honey nut. I looked up to him for that. Tell me everything I know. You see, Dad walked out when I was just a whelp. Didn't really have much of a father figure in my life. I guess he sort of fit that role. He told me when I was doing stuff wrong. He told me when I did good too, which was my first. Guessing you two really got along well then? More than well. Rich and I, well, we were best friends. We're the best of friends. It's not like that. It's not like it's the Stone Age or whatever, but he was the first guy in the force I told about being into guys, among the other things. Aw. I could see the blood leave Zenith's cheeks as he swallowed another bite of a sandwich. He looked like he'd just eaten ash. Move closer. I could see the pain in Zenith's eyes. I wanted to be there for him, for whatever he was about to tell me. Scooting close to him, close enough that we were side by side, and it seemed less like an interview. I passed him a soda, and he drank thirstily before continuing. Oh, thanks. We got a call about a robbery. Dispatch said the guy was holding up a convenience store with a knife. We were the closest patrol, so we responded. We got advice to wait for backup, but I had a fire in me when I was younger. Rich said we should wait, but I didn't listen to him. We could handle it on our own. At least that's what I thought, as a hothead rookie. I barged in the store, gun in hand. Almost had shotgun in hand. That would have been a lot worse. Rich had no choice but to follow behind me. It was just a scrawny kid holding up the clerk with a kitchen knife. Did all the stuff you're supposed to do. Try to shout down, "Freeze! Drop your weapon. We will fire!" All that shit. Figured he'd crap his pants seeing the two cops with their guns drawn like that. He pulled out a gun. He had it in his coat pocket and shot at me. Jeez. So that was it for me. But everything happened so fast. Rich had pushed me out of the way. Maybe he cloaked the gun in his pocket whilst I was watching him put a knife down. Took the bullet from me. Store clerk grabbed the bat and hit the kid. He practically knocked the kid unconscious. That's how I read it. But it was too late. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Imagine what happened wasn't exactly rare, but having to go through that with his partner and mentor, I have no idea. I swallowed hard. I could see Zenith fighting back the anger. He was an idiot, and I got him killed. If I wasn't such a headstrong fucking kid. Just gonna hug him. Usually hugs work. I didn't say a word. I moved in close so I could wrap rounds around his midsection, leaning closer. He sighed deeply, tossed the crust of sandwich off the field and wrapped an arm around me, squeezing some of his frustration out. Ah! Thanks, Mitz. I beat myself up about it for many years. You'd think I'd get bored of beating myself up over it. Just stubborn, I guess. I wouldn't be anywhere else right now, Zenith. Thank you for telling me all of that. It must have been hard, but I'm glad things are a little clearer between us. I was a little worried Rose was your boyfriend, for one. You're a sweetheart after all, huh, Zenith? Yeah, well, you're pretty adorable yourself. You can't flatter me and I expect to get some back. Oh, Daddy. Oh, sorry. Sorry! Music cut off again. Oh, God. That was awkward. The music cut out and that was awkward. What the fuck? There it was. That big smile finally returned, like the sunrise lighting up his features. I hated seeing him so upset, but in a way, it was good he got that all off his chest. Zenith took a deep breath and sighed. He chuckled, locking eyes again. I blinked first, heat rising to my face. Neither of us spoke a word. I could feel my heart beating wildly. I took in every detail of his face. Could he see me blushing? He was blushing too. His smile played on my lips. Punch his shoulder. Now I'm gonna do this. Fuck it. I couldn't take it anymore. Knowing Zenith wasn't with Rose, knowing he wanted something more with someone, I just had to have him. Before he could react, I leaned in, shuffling my knees over the picnic blankets until I leaned in to kiss him. He seemed a little surprised by it, but certainly went along with it as he tilted into my lips. Nothing else really mattered in that moment. I could feel his arm wrap around me and pull me up against his chest. His large sun-baked, scaly frame pressed up against me, making me feel small and soft as he wrapped himself around me. His solid, muscular form only made the feeling of pressing into me more intimate. I hiked one leg up over his hip to better leverage myself as we kissed. Okay, I'm already getting it. I'm already getting something out of this, goddamn. His tongue opened too, dancing with mine, rolling against each other to the music of our surprised, lusty groans. Our hands roamed and explored the other's body, my palms running down the intricate web of his back muscles under his wings. The large clawed hand came to rest on my rump, feeling the curve of me before he got a handful. A shiver ran down my spine. I could feel my soft flesh squeeze behind his digits as he kneaded the fullness of one cheek, only waiting for me to slide down his thigh and take hold of his neck before evening up and lopsiding the lopsiding groping of his other hand joining the first. I didn't stop. My moans and groans matured into heated panting. Ah! His fingers made my back arc, and rump push up into the pleasure of his hands. Ugh, fucking up right now. Sorry, I can't take it. It's just too horny. It felt like his strong hands might squeeze me right out of my clothes. I was sure that the strong thumb claw or the mere act of tenderizing the plump curve of my ass would tear the seat of the fabric between us. Oh my god. I might have had a problem with that if my underwear hadn't bunched up at the back and was hugging my crotch so tight. I was banging for it to tear free before the pressure made me explode. I broke the kiss, which surprised me somewhat, as I made no conscious plan to do so. A straight strand of saliva winked into the sun between us before breaking loose on Sam's chin. We gave a curious, painfully lonely look, puppy-like for a moment, as he wiped his chin and looked around. Nobody seemed to be looking this way. Not that it was particularly packed spots. I got a few scares of my own, Zenith. I'm gonna let you have all the fun. I'm not gonna let you have all of the fun. I smirked devilishly as he tilted his head in confusion, trying to work me out. As he was about to say something, I pressed hard onto him, using my weight to knock him off balance. I lifted his hands and threw myself forward. Success! His wings spread to catch himself. I leaned over further, and with a groan, he toppled back in seemingly slow motion, like a tree coming down. Timber! I told you I had a plan, little devil. Put me on top. I straddled him, leaned down just enough to catch part of his tank top between my teeth, a few inches below the broad shelf of his ribs. I felt him shift under me. Not his hip, but a warm thickness unfolds. folding and waking against my inner thigh. I let out a snicker, snout so close that I could smell the musky, sun-baked spice of him. Oh my god. I gave the shirt a tug up, revealing his abs before Zenith gave in and pulled the shirt free for me. What do you think you're doing, Mince? Fucking tease. Yeah, that's the side I want to see. Having a good picnic. What does it look like? I winked slightly at Zenith. My hand came to rest on his tummy, startlingly tracing up the stony shore as his middle of his squat, broad pecs. His hands found their home back of my backside as I looked him over hungry. I gave the slightest wiggle into his exploring gropes, biting my lip and my tongue to stop me drooling over the masterful build of him. Oh. I let my hips rock back with those thumbs tracing over the hem of my outfits, making my tail bob. A secret groan passed between us as he openly groped my ass, and overtly showed that hid the fact and the thick appreciation of his pants was now pressing up against my length, leaving us to secretly throb and grind together. Oh my god, this is so hot. I almost begged to push those pants down to feel that stiffness bare and ready against me. It would be so easy to just reach down and pull the thick throb feel. The originally chaste picnic was getting more and more heated by the seconds, leaning over the mutual love between us, certain something would give, even if it was just a restraint to free each other before any clothing malfunction and from our feverish frottage. Damn. And I thought of myself, throwing a look again as a birthday wet kiss. His fingers ran down the crack of my ass, tracing the eager depths of me. I let out a whine that was louder, lustier, and more on the edge than I even realized I was. I sat back, panting heavily, feeling his cock trapped under me. We couldn't do this here. Zenith, we should continue this some other time. I don't want to draw an audience. Zenith had turned redder in the cheeks as he fumbled for his tank top, and I straightened out my own top. He pulled back over his head, smiling down at me from where I still sat. The throb and heat of him still between my thigh. I made to move and he kept me there on top of him, and with a hand on my thigh, admiring the spot where his pants met the seat of mine. I'd call that a pretty successful picnic, wouldn't you? Considering we're laying all over some of the snacks, maybe not the best picnic, but one hell of a date. Excuse me. I tried to move again, and again his hand squeezed my hip, and he shook his head. Tracing my hand to my ass made me lean into his lap. It spoke to how worked up he'd got me to have my body obeying his whims so easily. And he chuckled, licking his lips. I don't want to rush through our first playtime and before work, but just sit there a little longer. Let me at least savor that before we go off. I think we fell asleep. After the heat of the moment had passed, Zenith touched my shoulder, his hand, drawing my eyes open again. Had I dozed off a little on him? The little world that was us smelling of our sun-baked skin in the grassy fields. I shifted a little, so we were laying side by side, propped one arm close enough that we could talk. I got a whisper if we wanted. The snacks Zenith had brought undoubtedly cooked a little in the heat, or mostly forgotten. Picked up the food, partially because it was there. Zenith had a cold, sweet tea, though it and the sodas were slightly heated under the pleasant sun. We shared the afternoon here together, trading stories back and forth along with the food. Then I found a couple of suggestions for local jobs that might end my employment woes, the darker of topics I dared broach under Zenith's cop story. But mostly we just rambled all together, sharing stories of past adventures. It was good just to speak casually. Even if it was just about a long past high school nonsense, the stoic giant was better company than he gave himself for. Hey Zenith, do you know what sounding is? Shouldn't say that. Just out of one of the topics, just like, hey Zenith, do you know what sounding is? With a sad sigh and a tired groan that I knew had come eventually. Zenith pulled himself sitting and stretched his arms and wings in a fantastic, unconscious show of musculature. I drew out my phone and pressed the screen button beside the lights. So late already? We had to be heading out soon if we don't want Zenith to miss his shift. Thanks for all this, Mints. I mean it. I appreciate you putting up with me. Hey, so long as we don't turn every day into an MMA match, I think the feeling is mutual. an MMA match in the pants. That's what I like to see. I shared a laugh as I got to my feet, having the shift of hem of my pants back into place and fiddle with the button with an embarrassing grin. And a lot of heat of our less than restrained makeout session had peered out, but he dared to look hungrily at me as I found my clothes back in line. I was apt to have the same problem all over again. Hey, no promise there. Like when you talk dirty to me. What? So I opened his arms for a hug and I took it eagerly, feeling him linger on the last squeeze before he packed things up to take to his car. I thought it was the tease here. We should probably get heading home, huh? Yeah? Hope you don't mind me dropping you off in the driveway. It's getting late. At the driveway. No, that's fine. Thanks for the ride again, Zenith. It's been cool getting to know you and to see more of what you like when you're not bouncing. So I was thinking, do you want to do this kind of thing again? I'll be blunt. I'm really enjoying this. I just hope you're feeling the same. I just hope you're feeling the same way. I'd like that. I feel exactly the same way, Zenith. I'd love to see you again, and again, and again. Well, goddamn. Remember when I told you about being cute? You're killing me. Come on, we'd better make track if we're gonna get you back in time. That shower didn't exactly help. Sorry to keep you. Hope you got to work okay. Had a great time, Zenith. I'll call you again soon. Got here okay, yeah. And hell yes. Call me soon, Vince. Now who's the cute one? Oh! God! Oh, okay, I'm just gonna end it there. Peace out, guys. Holy shit. Oh, my voice. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to edit some of that out because that's way too long of a video.